is Kaylin Rose, and I'm back with another verse of the day. So today's verse of the day is coming from Proverbs chapter 28, verse 23. And it says, "Whoever rebukes a person will in the end gain favor, rather than one who has a flattering tongue." So if anyone doesn't know what a rebuke is to express sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their actions or behavior. So flattery is a bit on the exact opposite end. And flattery's definition is excessive and insincere. Heavy on the insincere praise given, especially to further one's own interests or agenda. So why would you rebuke someone? So I learned in my friendships old friendships, that real love is when you correct a person's behavior, when you express disapproval about what you didn't like or what they could do better. Because to me, it's like when a parent lets their child do whatever they want, it shows their lack of care or concern or interest for the person. So if I correct you, or I thought you did something wrong, or you could have handled something better, it's because I love you and I want there to be peace and I want you to become a better person. And I would expect the same in return. And so while growing in faith, we have to be accepting and aware of being criticized and giving criticism, because as a leader or just as a friend or family member, we're not supposed to just give people insincere praise. That doesn't help them. That actually harms them to think more highly of themselves than they ought to. I relate this message to my recent love of doing Yelp reviews. And so it's allowed me to be honest, openly, and freely, because it's a difference between leaving a review for a business or trying to correct your friend or your significant other. Then again, that's a different story, because not everyone can accept the truth or criticism. But this is how you can tell if someone has emotional intelligence or is just gonna be emotionally ready to grow. So it also involves, like, if a business is emotionally intelligent. So I left a review at this restaurant because their broccoli was hard. And I recently just started growing into broccoli, and it's super easy to make it super soft. So my only criticism, I gave it 4 out of 5. They could have got a 5-star, but this was my rebuke or criticism or disapproval, was that their broccoli was hard, and that I don't know who else, but people might prefer soft broccoli, so I would suggest they steam it longer. And the company loved my review and took it into consideration. And to me, that is so critical, because if I was just to flatter and praise them, give them 5 stars, and not allow them to know something they could improve on, I'm hurting their business, because someone else might go and never go back because of how they cook their food. So to me, it's a form of love when you literally correct someone and you want them to grow, or you want them to see them do better. Because had I just flattered and praised them for no reason, the company would never know what to improve on or how to go forward or why they're stagnant, because everyone else might be leaving a 5-star review. So sometimes it's important for you to be that one in that family, for you to be that friend, for you to be that parent that scolds someone, that corrects someone, because they will remember it. They'll remember it and take into consideration if they're intelligent or they're ready to hear the truth, because they would know that this rebuke is constructive criticism. It's not me just trying to leave a bad review, because everything else was excellent. My reviews or my disapprovals is never to say you're a bad person. Like, everyone has faults, so correct me too. So it shows to me you don't love me if you can't correct me. If we can't talk about anything I do wrong or vice versa, that means there's no love in this relationship. There's no love in this friendship, and it's insincere praise because you want something out of me. If I was to just praise someone else just because I want anything, like their approval, or I want them to hang out with me, or I want anything, then that's me being fake and choosing to harm them and let them think that everything they do is perfect. And in the end, that's just going to destroy that person. Today, God is saying that it's a form of love when either God corrects you or he uses a family member or a friend to rebuke you in your behavior. God speaks through people to let you know when you're going wrong. And you're supposed to accept that, because if all you do is receive praise and flattery, something fake is going on. And I'm here to let you know, if everyone in your circle or in your family is just always praising you and nobody has nothing to say about something you could do better, whether it's pay attention to details, be more responsible, be organized, don't be so rude, you could have said that better, you should choose your words more wisely. These are all forms of rebukes to correct you, because if it's a pastor leading you, even as a messenger for Christ, I'm not always going to have good news. I got to say what's necessary, because that's not love. If I'm always just trying to make you feel good, then that would be fake on my end, because I'm trying to gain everyone else's approval. And no, I got to say the truth and what's really what God has to say, whether you like it or not. And that's what it means to be an emotionally intelligent person. You're not going to always say things that everyone agrees with, and that's going to be okay. And you're going to have to be okay with being criticized and being the one to criticize and knowing when to criticize. So I hope you guys begin to, maybe if you haven't, you need to start standing up for yourself and criticizing when someone does you wrong, or when your child is acting up and not doing right. Don't always take their side. Teach them a lesson. Teach people a lesson on how to treat you. But use wisdom with that, because not everybody is ready to hear that. So sometimes my best advice is to say nothing at all. But if it's a person that you can sense that they just need a little guidance, correct them gently, is what God says. And I feel like it's nothing better than a gentle rebuke, because it still may hurt even if you say something gently. But the best thing is that you kept it real on your part, and they will always remember you, and you will gain favor for being honest. I've seen that. People respect you more when you tell them the truth, or tell them that something that no one else has had the guts to tell them. So I pray for you all to be that person in someone's life, or to be open to that kind of criticism, because it all helps you grow in the end. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed